from the north, from Belarus. Russia has fired missiles from Belarus before, and it's certainly possible that Ukraine had its radar pointed north and it tried to perform an interception going north, which would have meant that Ukraine intercepted a Russian missile over Poland. And if that's the case, like Ricky Ricardo, Russia, you got some splaining to do. So I don't think this S-300 interception or false flag theory is all that valid, mainly because it first showed up on Russian Telegram and on 2chan, and that's how Russia seeds disinformation. It puts it out on these minor channels first, and then it filters up through Twitter, where people who don't know anything about the military give it validity. Now, in the intelligence community, you always want to figure out what the bad guy wants to do. What is the end state? And then kind of work backwards from there, and you might get a reason as to why they're doing what they're doing. And here's what I think happened. What has Russia been going after a lot of recently? Power. I've been going after power stations, right? They want to keep Kyiv in the dark and in the cold. So let's take a look at power plants and power lines in the area. So there are two power plants in the area. They're fairly close to the border and they're fairly close to Perswado. So either one of these two power plants could have been a target. Now, I found a map of Poland's electrical grid, and as it just so happens, there is a line that connects Zamość in Poland to Dobrotwir in Ukraine. This line goes across countries. Now, I had a little bit of help with this, but it took me a couple of hours, and I was able to figure out the path of the transmission lines from the transmission towers. So you can trace that power line from Dobrotwir all the way up to the border, and right over the border, you have your point of impact. Now, if we follow this transmission line all the way up and we don't turn left here, we eventually hit the point of impact. So here's what I think happened. I believe a cruise missile was trying to target this one specific transmission tower that's on the border between Poland and Ukraine. And for some reason, the missile just missed this particular transmission tower and it kept going until it fell into Poland.